Every day you procrastinate, someone else moves closer to the life you said you wanted. Someone is building skills, taking risks, making mistakes, learning faster, and creating opportunities while you keep telling yourself there is still time. That is the truth most people do not want to hear. Not because it is difficult to understand, not because it is hidden, because it hurts. Because deep down, most people know exactly what they should be doing, but knowing and doing are two different things. It is easier to wait for motivation, easier to delay the hard work, easier to believe tomorrow will suddenly feel different. But time does not stop and wait for anyone. Every day you stay stuck, someone else keeps moving. Every day you hesitate, someone else steps into the position, the chance, and the future you were hoping would eventually become yours. Time does not wait for hesitation. The clock keeps moving whether you feel ready or not. Every second you spend doubting yourself is a second that never comes back. The world does not pause while you overthink your next move. It does not slow down because you are afraid to fail. While you wait for certainty, someone else is already taking action, learning through mistakes, improving in real time, and getting closer to the results you keep imagining in your head. The truth is, opportunities do not stay open forever. Some doors only open for a moment. Some chances disappear the longer you wait. And most people do not lose because they are untalented. They lose because they waited too long. They kept saying one day, until one day turned into regret. They kept preparing instead of starting, kept thinking instead of moving, kept waiting for confidence while life quietly moved ahead without them. If you keep delaying, life will keep moving without you. Other people will build the discipline you avoided. They will develop the skills you kept postponing. They will create the future you talked about but never committed to. And the hardest part is watching someone else live the life you once imagined for yourself. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need complete confidence. You do not need every answer before you begin. Most successful people started while they were uncertain, scared, confused, and unprepared. The difference is they moved anyway. They stopped negotiating with fear and started acting despite it. Because action changes things. Action creates momentum. Action builds confidence. That thinking alone never will. The longer you wait, the heavier the first step feels. But once you move, you realize the thing holding you back was never the lack of opportunity, it was the habit of hesitation. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop convincing yourself there is still endless time left. Start now. Start messy if you have to. Start scared if you must. But start because life rewards movement, not excuses. While you are overthinking, someone else is acting. While you are replaying every possible outcome in your head, they are taking the first step. They are not waiting until everything feels perfect. They are not sitting around trying to predict every mistake before it happens. They understand something most people ignore. Progress does not come from endless thinking. It comes from movement. It comes from action. Even when the path ahead is uncertain, while you are making excuses, someone else is building. They are building skills, building discipline, building experience, and building a future one decision at a time. They are not more talented than you. They are not magically more prepared than you. The difference is that they stopped asking for the perfect conditions to begin. They accepted that every successful person starts somewhere, usually before they feel completely ready. While you are telling yourself later someone else is becoming ready, every day they improve a little more. Every day they learn something new. Every day they get stronger, smarter, and more capable. They understand that readiness is not something you wait for. It is something you create. It is built through repetition, through effort, through showing up when you do not feel like it. That is how people lose what they wanted before they ever had a chance to hold it. Not because they lacked potential, not because they were not intelligent enough, not because they did not dream big enough. They lost because they stayed still while everything around them kept moving. Time never slows down. Opportunities do not sit in the same place forever. The world keeps moving with or without your permission. And while you keep waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, or the perfect amount of confidence, someone else keeps getting closer to the life you once imagined for yourself. Because success rarely belongs to the people who wait the longest. It belongs to the people who decide to move before they feel ready. Procrastination does not just waste time. It quietly takes more from you than most people realize. It steals progress before progress even has the chance to begin. It delays decisions, postpones action, and creates a cycle that becomes harder to break the longer it stays in control. Most people think procrastination is simply putting things off for later. But it is much deeper than that. It slowly changes the way you think, the way you act, and eventually the way you see yourself. It kills momentum. Momentum is powerful because once you start moving, continuing becomes easier. One action leads to another. One small win creates another. Progress builds energy. But procrastination interrupts that process. Instead of moving forward, you stop. Instead of building rhythm, you create resistance. Suddenly, even simple tasks begin to feel heavy. The things you could have finished in an hour start following you for days or even weeks. The longer you wait, the bigger they begin to feel in your mind. It weakens discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. It grows when you use it consistently. Every time you do something, even when you do not feel like doing it, you strengthen it. But every time you repeatedly tell yourself, I will do it later, you train yourself in the opposite direction. You create a habit of delay. You teach your mind that comfort matters more than commitment. And over time, that pattern starts showing up everywhere, not only in work, but in your goals, your routines, and the promises you make to yourself. It drains confidence. People often think confidence appears before action, but most of the time, confidence is created by action. You trust yourself because you see yourself showing up. You trust yourself because you follow through. But when procrastination becomes a habit, something changes. You start questioning yourself. You begin wondering whether you can really finish what you started. You start doubting your abilities not because you are incapable, but because you stop proving to yourself that you can take action. And little by little, it teaches you to accept less than you deserve. You stop aiming for what you truly want because chasing it starts to feel difficult. You lower your standards. You settle for smaller goals, smaller efforts, and smaller expectations. Not because you lost your potential, but because you slowly got used to postponing it. That is the danger of procrastination. It does not arrive like a loud warning. It shows up quietly. A delay here, an excuse there, a promise to start tomorrow. And then one day you look back and realize it was never only taking your time, it was taking pieces of the future you were supposed to build. How many times have you said you would start tomorrow? How many times have you promised yourself that this time would be different? You told yourself tomorrow would be the day you finally became serious. Tomorrow would be the day you started building better habits. Tomorrow would be the day you stopped wasting time and began chasing the life you keep thinking about. But then tomorrow arrived, and somehow it looked exactly like yesterday. The same excuses, the same delays, the same promises pushed forward one more time. How many chances have you already watched pass by? Think about the opportunities that appeared in front of you, the ideas you were excited about, the goals you wanted to chase, the moments where you felt a spark inside you telling you to move. Maybe it was starting a business, learning a skill, creating content, applying for something bigger, or taking a risk that could have changed your direction. But instead of acting, you waited. You told yourself you needed more time, more knowledge, more confidence, more certainty. Then time kept moving. Someone else took the opportunity seriously. Someone else started before they felt fully ready. Someone else made mistakes, learned from them, improved, and kept going while you were still standing in the same place trying to decide if the moment was right. How many times have you let fear dress itself up as delay? Because that is what happens more often than people want to admit. Fear rarely walks into your mind and introduces itself honestly. It does not say, I am fear and I am stopping you. Instead, it hides behind words that sound reasonable. It says, wait a little longer. It says you need more preparation. It says start when everything feels perfect. It makes delay sound intelligent. It makes hesitation feel responsible. But if you look closely, many times it is not preparation at all. It is fear wearing a different name. At some point, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to stop pretending that waiting is always part of the plan. You have to stop believing that motivation will suddenly appear and change everything for you. You have to stop convincing yourself that life will pause while you figure everything out. Because the truth is simple. The life you want will not be given to the person who keeps postponing it. It will not belong to the person who keeps waiting for perfect timing. It will not belong to the person who keeps negotiating with action. It belongs to the person who decides to move even while feeling uncertain. The person who acts before confidence arrives. The person who understands that progress begins the moment excuses end. Start now, not when everything finally feels perfect. Not when your motivation suddenly appears. Not when fear disappears completely. Start now, with what you already have, with what you already know, and with where you already are. Because waiting has a way of convincing people that they still have endless time, and before they realize it, that time is already gone. Move now, even if the step feels small, even if the progress feels slow, even if you are unsure whether you are doing everything the right way. Progress has never been about moving perfectly. It has always been about moving consistently. A small step forward still takes you closer than standing still ever will. Thinking about success is not the same as working toward it. Planning for change is not the same as creating it. Movement is what turns intentions into results. Build now. Build your habits. Build your discipline. Build your skills. Build the future you keep imagining in your head. Do not wait until you feel more ready, because readiness is not something that arrives out of nowhere. It is something that grows while you are doing the work. Every effort matters. Every action adds something. Every day you choose to show up, you become a little stronger than you were before. Because every day you procrastinate, someone takes the place you wanted. Someone else is practicing while you are hesitating. Someone else is learning while you are delaying. Someone else is stepping into opportunities while you are still waiting for the perfect moment. And if you do not act today, you may keep watching that place get filled by someone who simply refused to wait. Not because they were smarter, not because they were more talented, but because they decided to move while everyone else was still making excuses. If this video earned your time, a like and a subscribe help us keep creating content that pushes you forward and challenges the way you think. If something here spoke to you, do not let it end as just another video. Take action, start moving, and come back stronger. Your next chapter begins with what you do after this.